Hello everyone, I am so glad to be back. I know this video is coming a lot later than planned, but honestly life has been a whirlwind lately. I actually went back home to Washington State to spend time with my family, soak in the season, and catch up with everybody, and I actually brought my boyfriend Sean back with me too. And now coming back to Arizona, I am stepping into my final semester at ASU, which means that I am only a couple months away from graduating with my bachelor's degree in psychology. It feels really surreal, but also really fitting because this whole series is going to be about transformation, growth, and how to step into the most refined, confident version of ourselves, and my personal journey and tips that I can give you guys just from my own experience. Now, I have to admit, I tend to be a bit of a perfectionist, or okay, maybe a bit more than a bit. And that's a big reason also why it took me a really long time for me to get this video done. There's just so much I want to say about style and elegance, and honestly I could make entire videos on just hair alone, skincare alone, and clothing alone. And I debated whether or not I should break everything down into separate topics, but I realized when I was first going through this transformation, what I really needed was one clear head-to-toe guide for me to go back to for references. And if you guys want me to go more into depth in certain areas, just let me know in the comments and I'll do my best to make those videos happen. I also struggled to start making this video because I kept worrying that what if I miss an important detail, or what if I don't say everything exactly right, or what if I offend anybody? But at a certain point you just have to start, because realistically there's no way to say everything I want to say in one video unless I never shut up. But let's be real, we're going for elegance here, not endless rambling. But before I dive into this step-by-step transformation, let's talk about why this even matters in the first place. This is something I've studied a lot in psychology, and let me tell you, how you dress and how you carry yourself in fact affects everything. It affects your confidence, your interactions, your opportunities. People subconsciously respond to visual cues before you even speak. So when you put effort into your appearance, it projects self-respect, capability, and confidence. I've noticed from my own experience, people will treat you differently. I used to throw on baggy sweats on travel days, like going to the airport. The second I started dressing really well, even if it was a simple put together outfit, staff, strangers, no matter where I'm at, everybody treats me with more warmth and respect. And that makes sense because when you look like you care about yourself, people in turn care about you. That's why this part of the transformation isn't just about looking good. It's about commanding presence and exuding confidence, and it really will elevate your life. Furthermore, let's get into it. Starting from the top with these head-to-toe tips, we're gonna start with hair. Your hair is one of the first things that people notice, and it sets the foundation for an elegant, put-together look, and required far less maintenance than constantly chasing after dyed shades. Now, that's not to say that you can't enhance your natural hair colors with lowlights, highlights, or gloss treatments. Add a lot of vibrance without overpowering your natural look. But overall, embracing and really caring for and investing into your natural hair will benefit you a lot and save you a lot of money too. Just for a bit of a personal story, back in 2020, I actually shaved my hair and my head completely, like bald. It was so fried from all of the chemical dyeing that I had been doing, and it was really something I always wanted to do at least once, just to know what it felt like and to feel in power, and it was freeing for me. Even though for me, I mean, back in 2020 I was definitely still in that, you know, rebellion phase, and now it's been 4 years since I did that. Well, I guess 5 years now that it's 2025. So ever since then I have been letting my hair grow out, and it's definitely much thicker since then. I'll try to scrape together and try to find an old photo of me with the shaved head to put into this video for you guys, because I think you might get a kick out of it. I've learned firsthand how patience and care can completely transform the health of your hair. And trust me, I know how impatient it can feel to wait for your hair to grow out and wait for your roots to grow out. I know how painful that is. Trust me, I grew up from bald. So I know, but just let me tell you that it is worth the investment. And one thing that maybe you could do to keep your momentum up and keep yourself disciplined in taking care of your hair is to take, you know, once a month, take a couple pictures of your hair and what it looks like, so that you know, and when time goes by, you can go back and look at how much it's grown. I know for me, that was a big motivator to keep going and not feel sucked into dyeing my hair to a certain trendy hair color at the time. All these strands are the kind that we associate with those types of old money aesthetics. And even though a lot of those images, let's be real, they're AI generated, but I truly do believe that full, well-maintained hair is one of the best looks anyone can have. Caring for your hair properly is what truly makes the biggest difference. One of the best habits I've picked up is doing weekly oil treatments on my hair with argan oil, coconut oil, and I apply from the mid-lengths down, and then I let it sit for a long time. And I'm sure everyone who's watching this video has heard that tip before about oiling your hair, and it really does work, but I have a couple little change-ups that I would add. So I do agree that you should oil your hair, at least the ends, every day. So at nighttime, usually just the very tips, like just an inch down from my lengths, I will apply some coconut oil or argan oil before I put my silk cap on or put my hair into a nice loose braid before going to sleep. Now, I don't recommend doing big oil treatments every day, the ones where they actually say from mid-lengths to down, because it really will make your hair look greasy, and it actually makes it much heavier too. So it loses a lot of volume if you over oil it. So what I've learned to do, and just to implement part of my routine, is figure out, you know, the day before you plan on doing your full everything shower where you're actually going to shampoo your hair and do the whole thing. So the night before, pick out a really good oil treatment and actually apply that one in the roots, the entire thing, all of your hair completely. And then sleep in a hair cap and wash your hair the next day. I would recommend doing that once a week. It's a lot easier to do it that way instead of worrying about, you know, doing an oil treatment every single day or a few times a week. Just, you know, have it be part of something you do and you're gonna wash out anyways the next day. So you're not trying to like have a sleeked ponytail one day to try to hide all of the oils in your hair, because that's what I was doing for a while. Another game changer is switching to a silk pillowcase and a silk cap, which it really does reduce friction and it prevents a lot more split ends and breakage. So what I personally do, and that has really worked for me, is when I get out of the shower, I usually, you know, you squeeze out the excess water, and then I will take a really good thickening hair mousse and I'll apply it all over the tops of my scalp. And I'll usually apply some oils in my hair, heat protectant type of oils, argan oil, and then I let it air dry for, you know, however long it takes for it to be dry, but not completely dry. I usually just let it get to the point where it's only a little still damp on the ends. And once it's there, that's when I go back into the bathroom and I use my blow dryer that has a hairbrush built into it. So it's one of those blow dryers that are a brush that blow out hot air. I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about, and I'm sure there's an easier word for it, but I really recommend investing in one of those. I used to just use one of those curling brushes and a regular blow dryer, and it would take me so much longer. So trust me, just invest into one of those really nice blow drying brushes. So once I'm ready to do that, I'll break my hair up into sections and I blow dry them individually, get those pieces nice and hot and they're completely dry. And as soon as that's done, I put in a hair roller right away. And you do this all the way until your hair is done, and that has honestly always given me the best results. I guarantee you that it'll work really well on you too. Now, of course, everybody has different textures of hair, and this is another thing that, you know, I would like to touch on with hair, is that I would recommend really enhancing your natural texture. So if you have really curly hair naturally, then do your research and look into how to take care of curly hair, how to define your curly hair, and, you know, or if you have more naturally straight hair, then that's okay too. Don't spend a bunch of time trying to get these big curls. So if your hair is more naturally straight, then lean into that, you know, play more into gloss treatments that give that hair that really good shine, because I always feel like straight hair that's super shiny just always looks so good and, you know, luscious. Now, even really small details like hair accessories can really elevate your look. No more scrunchies or bulky plastic clips, And I swear, ladies, please, no more putting your hair rubber bands on your wrist. I think for me, that was one of the habits I definitely had a hard time letting go of. I feel like growing up, at least our generation, I know in middle school and high school, I would literally have rubber bands all the way like this much on my wrist, as if, you know, I needed an emergency to tie up an entire cheerleader squad worth of ponytails. I promise you, you don't. So get rid of those. You know, I would opt for silky hair ties, get really nice clips instead. One of my favorite recent accessories that I've been really into are pearl, you know, pearl headbands, cute little pearl clips. I'm definitely a big sucker for hair bows. I know the bows have been making a comeback and I'm totally on board with it. So another thing that I feel like a lot of people often overlook is your baby hairs and your flyaways. I recommend always, every single day, no matter what your hairstyle is, up or down, I take a spoolie, which is the little brushes that we use in our eyebrows, and I'll spray my hairspray on it, or I'll use a hair pomade, and I just kind of swoop all of my little baby hairs to the side, or I flatten any flyaways, and trust me, that makes such a big difference. It's those little details that just really give you that all together, put together look. Also, just by doing that, you can make like a very simple ponytail or a bun look much more sophisticated. I could honestly go on about hair for a very, very long time, but for the sake of this video not being too long, we are going to move on. We started with the hair, we're gonna work our way down, and we're gonna talk about eyebrows next. Your eyebrows shape your entire face, and they can make or break your overall look. Over the years, eyebrow trends have ranged from ultra thin to bold and blocky. But the truth is, the most elegant and timeless brows are the ones that complement your natural face shape, not other influencers online. The goal should always to enhance what you already have, not drastically alter it. I've personally gone through all of the eyebrow phases, from over plucking them to near extinction, to, you know, doing the overly filled in and glued brows. They were way too harsh for my features, and through trial and error, I've learned that while full, well-groomed eyebrows and softly shaped eyebrows tend to be the most widely flattering, for me personally, thinner eyebrows that are well-defined actually suit my features better. At least I think so, and after experimenting with different shapes, I've discovered that the more refined, slightly thinner brow enhances my natural bone structure and gives me a more polished, elegant appearance. If you've overplucked in the past, don't worry, I've also been there. One of the best things you can do is let your brows grow in naturally and use castor oil or store-bought brow serum to encourage regrowth. And patience is really key here, but trust me, it's worth it. However, if you find like I did that a thinner shape flatters you more, the key is to make sure that it still looks polished and symmetrical and well groomed, not overly sparse. Now, once you've settled on the right shape for your face, is refining them. Instead of heavily sculpting them with thick pomades, opt for a nice pencil or powder. Opt for a thin pencil and do nice little lines. The goal is to just fill in sparse areas, but keep the overall shape really effortless. A lightly tinted or clear brow gel can help keep your brows in place without making them look too rigid or overly done. Let's stop putting glue in our eyebrows at this point. Another tip is just, you know, brush your eyebrows upward with a spoolie. This really does lift the face, and it tends to give a more youthful appearance, I think, and if needed, trim the overly long hairs with small brow scissors. Also, a general rule to keep in mind is that your eyebrows should always be about 2 shades darker than your hair color for a more balanced, natural look. This will add definition without looking too stark or overpowering your features. If you're unsure about your eyebrow shape though, a good way to determine this is by following your natural bone structure. One easy method is the golden ratio technique. Use a pencil or a brush and place it vertically against the side of your nose. Where it meets your brow is where your eyebrow should start. And then you want to angle it across the center of your eye to find where your natural arch should be. And then finally, tilt it upward towards the outer corner to see where your brow should ideally end. Now, like I said, go ahead and look that up online to get more detail and figure it out yourself. But this will help you find what kind of eyebrows will be perfect for your facial structure. So just avoid trends that don't meet your features. Just because something is popular doesn't mean that it'll be flattering on you. Personally, I loved the feathered trend, you know, and people had them very separately and you could see every hair. And I love that look, but it just does not look good on me, and that's okay. The key to timeless elegance is balance and proportion. Your eyebrows should look effortlessly polished, but not overly dramatic, not the centerpiece of your face. With just a little grooming and some research, your eyebrows will frame your face beautifully and it will contribute to an effortlessly beautiful appearance. Now that we've talked about eyebrows, I'm just gonna go over makeup briefly. I'm sure down the line I'll make another video in depth on makeup looks, but for now, here are some of my tips about your makeup. Makeup should enhance your natural beauty, not cover it up or overpower your features. The most elegant and timeless makeup looks are those that elevate your natural features while maintaining a polished appearance. Instead of following every passing trend, just like the eyebrows, find the makeup style that fits your unique facial features and your skin tone. Flawless base starts with skincare, and if your skin is healthy and well hydrated, your makeup will look much better. Now, of course, it's not that easy for everybody. For me, I have a little bit of acne prone skin, and that's just something I'm still working on, and that's okay. But I would recommend opting for a lightweight foundation, or really skip the foundation altogether and do a tinted sunscreen, or just adding concealer to any specific blemishes, because foundation can really look too heavy and unnatural. But like I said, if you need extra coverage in certain areas, use concealer instead of layering on too much foundation. Also, it's time to take sunscreen seriously, definitely once you are past your mid-20s. I live in Arizona, so I spend a lot of time in the sun, and this last year I really started noticing fine lines, and that was my wake-up call. And sunscreen isn't just about sunburn protection. It protects your skin from premature aging. If you want that effortlessly youthful look long-term, applying at least SPF 30 daily should be non-negotiable. And try to find a sunscreen that doesn't smell weird, because that definitely deterred me from using it when I was younger. When applying blush, the best approach is to choose more softer, natural shades like peach, soft pink, roses. Of course, this depends on your skin tone. Placing it slightly higher on your cheek and blending it upward will create a more lifted effect versus dragging it downwards. Blush needs to look like a natural blush, not overly done. I really do not like this overly done blush thing that's going on with beauty trends. And also, instead of super glittery eyeshadows, opt for a soft shimmer or a matte for a more elegant effect. A thin, precise eyeliner in brown or black will define your eyes without looking too harsh. Applying it close to the lash line and softly smudging it creates a more effortless look rather than an overly dramatic one. Thick, heavy black eyeliner is a no-no if you're going for a more refined, elegant look. I would recommend, almost, instead of using liquid eyeliner, start using just an angled brush and use a black eyeshadow or a dark brown eyeshadow instead of eyeliner, because this will kind of help it fade and look a little more natural. Or if you still really love your liquid eyeliner, like I know I still do sometimes, I will still use the liquid eyeliner, but it really helps if you then take the angled brush with the eyeshadow and you actually put it on top of the liquid eyeliner that you've already applied, and then blend it a little. And that'll help it look a little less dramatic and in your face. A great way to achieve a polished look is by selecting lip colors that complement your skin undertones. Soft pinks, nudes, or classic reds in a satin or matte finish will always appear sophisticated. At least I think so. Overly glossy and like glittery lip products make you seem a little too youthful and not in a pretty way. One of my favorite tricks is to always carry a tinted chapstick with me everywhere I go. It looks natural, but it always adds a blush of color. And if you're aiming for that more old money aesthetic type of makeup, then it needs to look effortlessly beautiful, like you just naturally have radiating skin and defined features. So avoid over contouring and excessive highlighter. So no more big crazy amounts of highlighter on the cheeks. Like I know how that was very much in trend a while ago. One of the best ways to achieve this style is by studying people like Grace Kelly, Audrey Hepburn, the Kennedy women. Their makeup always relied on balance and refinement and understanding elegance that made them look effortlessly flawless instead of overdone like we see now on the runways. One of the best ways to figure out what kind of makeup is perfect on you is to look at other influencers and celebrities that have features that are similar to yours and see what flatters them best. Have some fun with this and, you know, practice different eyeliner shapes, you know, because some people look really good with that siren makeup and some people don't. One thing that helped me over applying makeup was moving my makeup desk, which is right here, near a big natural window, because natural light is a huge game changer. It really allows you to see how much makeup you're applying and those heavy-handed mistakes that you do, you know, that you can't really notice in dim lighting. And if you're unsure about your undertones, check your wrists and look for your blood veins and see if they are blue or purple or green. If you're unsure about your undertones, check the veins on your wrist. If they appear more blue or purple, then you likely have cool undertones. If they look more green, then you have warm undertones, I believe. Those with neutral undertones can typically wear both cool and warm shades. And understanding this will help you select which makeup shades is most flattering for your skin. At the end of the day, the goal is to move beyond using makeup as a crutch and start seeing it as a tool for enhancement rather than a mask to hide behind. It's about evolving from the heavy-handed, trendy looks that might have defined a girly look to a more refined, polished, confident approach that makes makeup work for you rather than the other way around. Instead of feeling like you need a full face of makeup just to leave the house, you'll get to the point where just a touch of mascara, a swipe of blush, and, you know, some tinted chapstick will make you feel effortlessly beautiful. And that part definitely speaks to me personally, because those who know me, I know, and, you know, my partner even knows this about me, it's something I'm still working on, is being able to feel like you can leave the house without doing your full makeup. You know, I was always raised to, you know, you need to be put together if you're gonna go outside. Even if you're just going to the store, you know, don't be wearing your sweatpants. Don't go looking, you know, you got yesterday's mascara under your eyes. Don't do that. It can take some time to feel confident in your own features, but the more you're doing things like working on your natural hair, picking out the perfect eyebrow shape. I know for me, getting to the point where I was confident enough to leave the house without feeling like I needed a full face of makeup has been difficult, and it's definitely been a journey, and it's still one I'm still working on. But trust me, you will get there, and you're gonna start to have more appreciation for your natural beauty rather than, you know, the type of makeup beauty and cosmetic beauty. I think maybe this is just part of that shift that we go through in our mid-20s where you just... This shift in makeup and the way that you view it, and I know at least for me the way I view it, really does change during this time, because you don't want to keep clogging your pores. I mean, it gets so old. You've been doing makeup for so long, and when you're younger, it's so much fun. I used to spend hours in front of the mirror just doing random makeup looks and really crazy designs just for the sake of taking a few photos, even if I wasn't going anywhere. And that was a lot of fun, and I'm so glad I got to do all that. And I'm glad I have all these cool photos of me back when I was, you know, 18 through my younger 20s. But as you get older, I feel like we start to lean towards really appreciating our natural beauty. And also after so many years, like 10 years for me of doing makeup every single day, it is more sensible to not go crazy with it and really just learn how to be comfortable in your own skin and just do light things to define yourself. It shouldn't be something you rely on. It should be something you just simply enjoy. I could talk more about makeup, but I think now we are going to move on to smells such as perfumes and body lotions. Perfume is the finishing touch of elegance. Fragrance is that final invisible accessory that enhances your overall look, and it does leave a lasting impression. It's one of those things that you don't necessarily see, but everyone notices. The right perfume can add an air of sophistication and mystery. Now, choosing the right fragrance is really personal. Unlike makeup and clothing, which you can see instantly, perfume is more about the feeling it evokes and the way that it interacts with your natural chemistry. The most elegant scents tend to be more balanced, not too overpowering, and also not too fleeting. Classic perfumes with notes of florals, musks, woody undertones, or citrus have a really timeless appeal. If you're unsure on where to start, some refined, universally loved perfumes are Chanel or Adore. Perfume should be applied strategically to specific points where the warmth of your body helps to diffuse the scent all day. The neck, the wrist, behind the ears, and inside the elbows are the best places to apply perfume. And one of my personal tricks is by using a scent matching or complementing body lotion before applying the perfume, because this will actually help it last longer. For instance, you could add a little bit of petroleum jelly to those spots that I just mentioned that are best for perfume before applying it, and it'll make it last so much longer. Trust me, this really works. And this kind of plays into how daily moisturizing is really important to this overall look, because glowy skin enhances every look. Nobody wants to see dry elbows or flaky knees or dry knuckles. So you should try to make a habit of applying body lotion every single day. Even on days where you aren't wearing perfume, a well moisturized body will still elevate your appearance. One mistake that many people make when applying perfume is rubbing their wrists together. This actually breaks down the fragrance molecules and can alter the scent, making it not really stay around much longer. Instead, lightly spritz and then let it settle into the skin naturally. Another important detail is to don't overdo it. You want it to be noticeable when someone is close to you, but not something that fills an entire room. We've all been there when we're in a room and somebody has way too strong a perfume. It's not nice. Nobody likes that. Also another thing that I do is I spritz a little bit of perfume on my hairbrush, and I will brush it through my hair, and throughout the day when your hair has movement, it will actually subtly release those scents. But don't over apply that rule, because the alcohol and perfume can over dry your hair. Take the time to do your research, go to a store and smell a bunch of different perfumes, and spend some time saving up money for a high quality perfume, because it really will be worth it. Having a signature scent is the ultimate touch of sophistication. It starts to become part of your identity and something that people think of when they think of you before even saying a word. Your perfume should be an extension of your personality. Now that we've covered fragrance, it's time to move on to the foundation of elegance in everyday life: your wardrobe. Your clothing is one of the first things that people notice, and it speaks volumes before you even say a word. Don't follow every single trend anymore. You need to build a capsule wardrobe. Now, clothes is definitely a section that I'll probably make a follow-up video that's more detailed, because there's so much to discuss here. But for now, I'm gonna try and give an overview on how to elevate your wardrobe to be more classy and timeless. So if you're just starting your transformation and need inspiration, I recommend looking up on Pinterest with terms like old money capsule wardrobe or elegant timeless wardrobe and capsule pieces. And these searches will give you a really good visual guide on what kind of pieces that you should start collecting. A capsule wardrobe is the backbone of timeless style. This means investing in high quality essentials that can mix and match very easily, instead of just getting pieces that look really outdated after a season. There are specific color combos that just look really elegant together no matter what, such as burgundy and gray, off-white and navy, beige and white. These all look really elegant no matter what, and these pairings always look really good, so I recommend looking into very classy color combinations. These colors are really versatile and work well in any setting. For me personally, over the last year or so, since I've been really invested in my studies, my style, I still lean towards that elegant look, but has a bit of an academia style. Structured blazers, tailored trousers, and refined shoes really fit into my daily wardrobe, making me feel polished while still being really practical. And of course, my tattoos naturally add a bit of an edge to my look, so I don't need to try too hard to add personality to my outfits. That's something to consider with your personal style. That doesn't mean that your style should be stiff and boring just to be elegant. It's about defining what you already have and cleaning it up instead of stripping away your personality. So get rid of things in your closet that look cheap and no longer serve you. Trust me, I know this part can be really hard. I had to really push myself to be honest about the items I was holding onto for no reason, such as tights that have rips in them, shirts that might have like a little hole or a stain, or even shirts and clothing that are in great condition, but they're a little small or too big. It doesn't matter how much you love it, it's not gonna work. And the sooner you accept that, the easier it's gonna be to build a wardrobe where everything actually makes you look and feel amazing. For me, around this age, when you're entering this transformation and your frontal lobe is developed, your sense of personal style will shift. So as a result, I remember when I kind of did my closet haul and I was getting rid of a bunch of stuff, I honestly got rid of probably half the amount of clothing I got. I probably got rid of like half the clothes I had, and while that can seem like really daunting and it sucks to feel like you have to start over with your wardrobe, don't hold on to clothing items just because you don't want to get rid of it. It's okay to acknowledge that these old styles don't fit you anymore. When I did my closet haul, oh my gosh, I mean, I've done quite a few over the last few years, but I remember the one where I got rid of so many clothes, and it was a little sad letting it go, but it was also really empowering and exciting too, because now it was time to build up a wardrobe around my new type of personality and my newfound confidence. And so for me, my old style was very goth and alternative. So I had all these bags filled with fishnets and all of these big chokers and almost bondage looking like belts. I don't really know how to describe them, but if you ever were into that goth style, you know what I mean, like the harnesses. And it felt kind of sad getting rid of it, or I felt like it was almost like a waste of money to get rid of all of this, but it's really not, because the sooner that you can let go of that older style that you had and that older personality, you know, the sooner that you can really build a wardrobe that fits who you want to be and who you're becoming. And for me, my clothes shifted from, I had all the clothes I got to make myself feel good. I wanted to feel sexy. Versus now, you know, I already feel good about myself. So the clothes that I wear, more so I want it to exude my confidence and my intelligence and also kind of my morals in a way as well. Every timeless wardrobe should have a few key pieces. A well-tailored blazer instantly sharpens any look, whether it's over a blouse and trousers or even a simple dress. A crisp white button-down shirt is always polished and sleek and incredibly versatile. A couple good pairs of well-fitted trousers, either straight or wide leg, they always look defined. Also invest in outfit accessories such as belts. I have the biggest belt collection now and I love it. There's something about those thick belts and maybe even just like a very simple outfit with it that just looks so timeless and elegant. Part of this means goodbye to overly tight skinny jeans. If your jeans have holes in them, no more. No more. I don't care if you still kind of love them. I mean, maybe keep them if you plan on doing yard work one day, but just it will take away from your overall look so much. And aside from capsule pieces themselves, fabrics matter. Like cotton, linen, cashmere, and silk will always look more beautiful than synthetic materials. Another key to elegant looks is swapping out certain pieces for more refined things. So instead of opting for a t-shirt, opt for a blouse or a button-up shirt. Replace overly chunky sneakers with ballet flats or classic loafers. If you really love wearing boots, go for maybe pointed heeled boots instead of overly chunky platform boots, which is, I definitely used to love those. Little swaps like that make such a big difference. You know, and also thinking of things like stop feeling the need to unbutton maybe an extra button in your cleavage and actually button it up over. You know, if I have a shirt that's a little deeper or has a little bit more cleavage, put a tank top on underneath. Okay, you don't need to advertise all of that. Or if you have a really, really short bottom, wear some tights underneath it, even if they're, you know, nude tights. Or if you do want to rock some nice legs one day and you want to wear a shorter bottom, then don't wear an overly exposing top. So it's all about balance here. So vice versa, if you have kind of a sexier top on, don't show a whole lot of leg, okay? Really overall, you don't want to be sporting too many different assets at once. Another tip is that wrinkled clothing looks so messy. Steaming or ironing your outfits is not negotiable. But if you don't like ironing, like I don't have an iron, I always will throw my clothes in the dryer in the morning, and you throw it in with an ice cube. And if you do that, it'll actually get rid of all your wrinkles in your outfit for the day. Also, things like keeping your shoes polished will contribute to that overall polished aesthetic. So if your loafers or your sneakers have some scuffs on them, you know, take the time to clean those. No matter how beautiful curated your wardrobe is, nothing replaces the presence and grace you bring to an outfit. Dressing elegantly isn't about looking stiff or overly formal. It's about feeling effortlessly put together in a way that reflects who you are and your goals and where you're going, not where you've been. There's a lot more I could touch on outfits here, but we are going to move on to nails now. Classy, healthy nails are a subtle detail that elevate your overall look. Your hands are constantly visible whether you're shaking hands, holding a glass, or simply gesturing while speaking. So ensuring that they're cared for really will make a significant impact. Now, honestly, I was so guilty of walking around with chipped nail polish for way too long. I tried convincing myself it wasn't that noticeable, but once I really started paying attention to how much more put together I felt with clean nails, I couldn't unsee it, and now I notice it in other people too. Growing up, I always saw my mom lathering her hands in lotion and oiling her nails, taking care of her hands. It was such a small everyday habit that she did, and I realize now that she was investing in herself in a way that has truly paid off. To this day, my mom has beautiful, elegant hands that don't look overly aged at all. Now that I'm older, I totally understand why she did this, because her hands show signs of aging almost faster than any other part of our body. And a little daily care for your nails and your hands goes so far. The first rule is keeping them clean and neatly shaped. No matter what length or style you prefer, jagged edges, chipped polish, or dirty nails are never a good look. Just don't do it anymore. A classic opal or almond shape, I think, is the most sophisticated looking, or also a soft square can also be flattering as well. So when it comes to length, moderation is key. Overly long, pointed, dramatic dragon nails look really excessive. Short nails can seem really neglected as well. Best length is what's proportionate for your hands. Not too long, not too short, just neatly manicured. Your nail color also plays a big part in maintaining a classy appearance. So soft neutral shades will always look more sophisticated, such as sheer pink, classic French tips, nude or beige tones, soft whites, or classic reds are always really, really good. If you're feeling a little bit more edgy, I always love to opt for, you know, a deep burgundy nail polish. I always feel like that has such a sexy, dark, feminine energy to it. Of course, beautiful nails start with healthy nails. No amount of polish or manicure treatments will look good if your natural nails are brittle, peeling, or unhealthy. There's also vitamins that can, like biotin, that are really good for natural nail growth, and that's also good for your hair and your skin as well. But don't take this as me telling you that you need constant salon visits. Honestly, I have never had my nails done professionally, so I have never had a manicure. I've had a pedicure twice in my life, but I've never had my nails done. So today, for instance, my nails are very boring. They are just clean, but that is because I do my own nails at home, and I had applied press-on French tips, and I've had those on for, you know, a couple weeks now. And over the last 5 days, I have left my nails alone. I just have been putting cuticle oil on them because, you know, after wearing fake nails for a while, your nails need a break. You cannot wear those things all the time. So right now, I'm just focusing on getting them healthy. And even though I'm trying to stay away from polish and press-ons and things like that while I'm getting my nails healthy, that doesn't mean that they still can't look nice. Honestly, I already feel like there's so many details and little tips that I could still give, but I'm gonna end it here for now. Like I said, please comment below if there's any particular aspects of this transformation that you'd like to see covered in more depth in a future video. I really do love hearing about what resonates with you. This video, of course, is a more surface level, more fun part of this transformation series, but that doesn't make it any less important. How you present yourself will play a huge role in how you feel internally, and refining your style is such a powerful way to step into your confidence in this new era of your life. There's still so much more to explore in this transformation mindset shift journey that we go through, such as confidence building, deeper psychological aspects when we're stepping into this deeper elevated version of ourselves. I'm really looking forward into diving into all of that in future videos. So for my next video, I'm kind of thinking, since this was more fun today, I want to dive a little bit more into the deeper psychology and, you know, the way that we start to step outside ourselves and question all of our beliefs and morals and, you know, our unconscious biases that maybe we did not notice before, but now that we've grown more, we do see that. It's almost like an out-of-body experience, like looking back on the younger version of yourself sometimes, and you're trying to figure out what parts of that you still want to hold on to and what beliefs are really changing. Specifically for me, I think the next video will be on that shift that women feel and how we view femininity, because I know when we're younger, we view it in a certain light, and then when you get older. But thank you so much for being here with me on this journey. I'm really excited to keep continuing it, and if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. I'm very much still new to YouTube and getting the hang of it, so any support really means a lot to me. If you haven't already, please subscribe so that you don't miss what's coming next. And until then, stay confident, stay radiant, and as always, stay elegant. Bye.